Hi everybody, welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And you can find me online at stampingwithmelva.com. Sunday today, happy Easter everyone if you celebrate Easter. Yeah, it's a beautiful day here. It feels very spring-like, so hopefully you're having a chance to spend time with family and friends today. Or if you're like me, you're in your craft room getting ready for a couple of retreat I have coming up in about 2 weeks time. So I'm busy packaging kits that have to go out in the mail and cutting the rest of the kits for the in-person. If you do decide, if you live local to me, or if you want a kit by mail, I have a couple of extra kits made up, so reach out to me. You need to live in Canada either way, whether it's by mail or in person. But I have a couple of extra kits, so you get 2 classes plus a bunch of goodies in your kits. All right, so today I'm going to show you how to make a faux step card. I know I've showed this in the past, but this is one of my favorite fun folds to make. I think I've explained to this. I struggle when I have to cut and score on the same piece of cardstock to make a fancy fold. So this faux step card is a really easy way to make this fun fold without having to try and figure out what it is you're doing with the cutting and scoring. I always end up cutting and scoring incorrectly. Nancy, you've seen this one before. This was one we made. Nancy had a birthday party and invited a bunch of friends over, and we made this card. So you've already seen this card, Nancy, and have a sample at home. All right, I'm going to switch over to my desktop and we'll get started. All right, there we go. So I'm using the hot air balloon. I was so excited to see that this bundle carried over into the annual catalog. I have been so loving this bundle as I've been playing with it. What isn't carrying over is the gorgeous designer series paper that coordinates with this. So if you love this, I think it's still available. I don't know if it'll go on the last chance list or not. I don't know if the designer series paper is going on, but you won't be able to get the bundle at the 10% off in the new catalog, and you won't be able to get this designer series paper. So you might want to stock up. The rainbow adhesive backed dots are carrying over into the new catalog. All right, let's get started. And I'll show you how. This is a design. Oops, I dropped a piece. This is the way you can make a faux step card for any. These are measurements that work regardless of what bundle or paper that you use. All right, so I have cut a piece of cardstock. This is Pull Party. I've cut it to be 4 1/4 by 11. That's for the main card base. So we're going to score this. Scoring it at 1 inch. 2 inches, and I have to think about this. I think so. I have 9 inches left. So then 6 1/2. So 1 inch, 2 inches, and then 6 1/2 inches. And then the other piece I've cut at 3 inches by 11, and we're going to score that at 5 1/2. Now you can make these, this is the kind of the portrait size. You can also make it landscape if you want. You would just cut it the opposite way. But this is the portrait size. Okay, so let's work on our main card base first. So we're going to fold in a mountain valley mountain configuration. So we'll fold this and use our bone folder. So we're going to fold and make a mountain fold and then a valley fold. So you're just kind of accordion folding these two first. That's the 1 inch and the 2 inch score line. So that's mountain valley. And then this one at 6 1/2 is going to be a mountain. So there, this is what this looks like. So mountain, valley, mountain. And this is your main card base. Now, your other piece, you're just going to fold in half and burnish it. This is the piece that's going to hold when we put this all together. This will slip over this piece and will hold the pieces together. So it will get adhered. If I can do it with my fingers. will adhere like this. And so you will end up with, if I can do it, there we go. You will end up with one that looks better than this. It's not, gosh, there we go. You will end up with a card that looks like this. So there's the step, but this other piece fits over top of it. So let's work on the main card base. I've gone ahead and cut some pieces out. Okay, so I've cut a piece of the designer series paper. Hey, Amanda. Oh, Mamma Mia, what a fun movie. So I've cut this piece out. This is the stripe. On the back of it, I'm going to use these balloons that I can just cut out. So this was cut 3/4 of an inch by 4. And so we're going to glue this on this step like that. Hold it in place till it sticks. Okay, oopsie. There we go. And then this piece, I cut to be 4 inches by 4 1/4, and that's going to fit in the back behind the big long piece that fits over top. This paper is so, so pretty, and how perfect is it? It's very Eastery colors with the lovely pastels. Okay, so that's kind of the card base, hey, Polly, like that. And then this piece of the stripe, I cut to be, let's see, 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, and we can glue this on. This is the piece that will fit over top. So like I said, regardless of what bundle or stamp set or whatever you use to decorate it with, these measurements will work. So again, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 1 inch, 2 inches, and 6 1/2. And then 3 inches by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Now, this piece, like I said, slips right over top of the whole card, and it's going to glue. So you're just going to glue it along this little strip. So I'm going to put my glue just along here, and I'm going to make sure I don't go more than about 1/2 inch with my glue. And so you can take it and then just glue it to this bottom step or the first flap like that. So I'm just going to hold that in place till it sticks and doesn't move. It's aligned right to the bottom. And if you get any extra glue, just use you can use a little sponge dauber if you've got one. But I've got my adhesive remover. Works better when it's actually dry. Sponge works really well when it's a little bit wet. There we go. Okay, and then this piece is going to glue to the back, again aligned with the bottom. And so I'm just going to take and just put glue along the back, and then you can fold this piece down. And just hold it in place and rub it until it is stuck. So now that's your card base. So much easier, at least for me, than trying to get it the scoring and the cutting on one single piece of cardstock, because I always end up using multiple pieces of cardstock because I can't get it cut right. All right, so then I pulled one of these pieces of the designer series paper. So I'm just going to cut a couple of the balloons out. You can actually use the dies on these, but because I want the baskets included, I'm just going to take and cut around a couple of the balloons. You can also cut the clouds out if you want. I love it when we can use our designer series paper. Let's do this one. So I'm just kind of cutting around my balloons. If you use your dies to cut these out, you will have to cut some baskets out and some other pieces out to get them to glue. Hey, Mary, welcome. All right. Oopsie. So I'm just going to adhere these on. You could use any colors. The best beauty of this designer series paper is that it's got so many colors in it. It coordinates so lovely. There is baker's twine. I believe the baker's twine carried over as well, if I remember correctly. So there is the lighter than air baker's twine in lemon lolly, balmy blue, and I think flirty flamingo. So there, I've just used dimensionals to adhere my balloons on. There is this, the only die I'm using is this lovely banner die, and on the big balloon, you can actually use this as part of the balloon. But I'm going to stamp using Pool Party. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment, not upside down, stamp the sentiment that says wish big, like that. And then I've got a piece of basic white that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Make sure you know which way this goes because it's not exactly square. So it needs to go 4 inches wide and 4 1/4 inches long. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment on the inside that says up, up and away, hooray, it's your birthday, on the inside of the card. Since I've got my ink out. And then that can go on there. And then I'm going to use dimensionals on my banner. Just like that. I'll show you the one we made for Nancy's birthday. It's a little different. I used balmy blue for it. So this is the one we made at Nancy's birthday party. Pretty similar card. We cut out the paper. I used a little bit different designer series paper, but I've used all that up. And this was balmy blue instead of Pool Party, but it works exactly the same way. All right, so now we need some of our rainbow dots, and I think those are the Pool Party ones. I'm out of some of them, but we'll use these ones. They go nice. There we go. These rainbow dots are so pretty. They come in all sorts of different colors that you can use that coordinate. So there we go. That is a fun full card. That is the Faux step card. Again, 2 pieces of paper instead of one single one. And just, it's one of my favorites to make. All right. There we go. I'm still struggling a little bit. My hip is still sore today, but anyway, we're doing all right. Just a little slower than normal. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me. I hope you have an amazing day today. As I said, I hope you're able to spend some time with family and friends. Yeah, it is quick and easy, Sharon, you're right. I will be back live on Tuesday at 4 o'clock with my sketch challenge. So that's a little bit different time than normal, but I'm going to be out most of Tuesdays going forward, at least for the next while. So I'll come on and do my sketch challenge. 4 o'clock. So hopefully you can join me then. So my regular time is the sketches on Tuesday, technique on Wednesday at 2 Pacific, and then a mystery challenge on Thursdays. So hopefully you can join me for one or all of those. All right, everybody. Hope you have a great day, and we will see you on Tuesday. Happy stamping. Bye.